I'm on hole number 3 of the Great Outdoors Tournament. I'm in Tuesday's qualifying round of the Reiki Division. Hold on one second. All right, let's go check out hole number 3. Hole number 3. All right, my favorite hole in the game, and I've tanked it twice. So let's get a good demo here, and let's not be messing around. I don't even have to look at my notes. I know exactly what I'm going to use. Quarterback Sniper, Katana. Here's what I like about this hole. This tour, Glen Monarch Estates, or excuse me, Greenock Point. This tour, every hole that's on this tour will, if you play, if the clans could pick a home tour, and this is like our course. And so when we play clan tournaments, we can go to other people's courses and play those courses. This would be the tour that I would want. This would be the course that I would want. And the reason is because it teaches you everything. It teaches you that when you get to this tour right here, I'm not sure which one it is, 8 or whichever one up there. When you get to this tour, if you can't master these courses, then you're not ready to move up. Because here you have to do a shot where you've got to do an absolute tight wind adjustment down here, and it's got a plus, and you got to remember that. And when you come out, you're doing a blind shot where you're out into this, and you're actually applying curl to bring your ball back to the spot where you want it. And you have to go into a spot here. You're not just trying to get it out here. This is too far. You want to get into a very specific spot so that you have the best shot coming in. And you can't use any curl. So this shot right here is very technical to come in, where you can clip the rough here and roll it down the hill. And so you have to know how to make great wind adjustments here. You have to know how to make a great wind adjustment when you shoot this shot so that you end up right where you want. You've got to learn how to do curl. You've got to learn how to be able to place your ball somewhere on the field and hit that spot consistently. And this tour right here, more than any other, I think, is very technical. And if you're having difficulties with this tour, if you can master this tour right here, you're ready for a lot of different, it teaches you everything you need to know in the game. When it first came out, all of those holes were in Tour 5. They were in the World Links. And so we got to play them a lot. And they're awesome holes. My opponent goes first. Now the reason I like to use a QB here is because it's a lot more accurate and you can get down in the hole. Now if you're playing expert, you're going to have to bring an extra mile. You'll need that distance, and you're probably going to need a big ball. This whole hole screams, on this first shot, screams ball with side spin. And what you don't want to do is, like where our opponent's at down here, where you're up against that rough, you always want to leave yourself, and because you got to have curl here, you want to leave yourself the maximum amount of distance you can, at least 2.5 rings, and then adjust out the wind. Because where our opponent's at right now, if they hit it great to the right, they're going to end up in the rough. And they ended up in the rough anyways. So you have to make a really good wind adjustment down there. You have to make a good wind adjustment and pull yourself far enough to the left. And then you have to do this shot kind of blind. So we're down in this area. We're about 2.5 rings off. We're right up against the red line. And put maximum of everything on it. And I'm going to do a 2-2 with a 20% wind adjustment. So it's going to be like a 2-6. Somewhere in the neighborhood. We're going to put a little bit of curl on it to bring it back into the fairway on the other side, but not too much curl that we end up over curling it and end up in the sand. Isn't it perfect? The last 2 times I've been at this hole, I've hit it like 3 rings great to the right, and I had enough room down there to make that shot, but I ended up in the sand right there that I just came past. So we're in the perfect spot. The trees are to our left. We have an opening up to this fairway where we can use our sniper, my sniper, to get down on the other side. There's just a very small little window that's the perfect spot. So if you hit out here where my opponent's aiming, they're going to be right behind the trees, and this spot out here absolutely blows. You do not want to get out that far. I would have laid up right where I was at. Now they're behind the trees. So they got right where they wanted, they're where they were aiming, and now they're right there behind those trees. That sucks. You do not want to have to hit through those trees. And we're as far up here on the hill as we can get. So we can really get that side spin working for us to come down towards the hole. It's 4-1. So I'm going to do a 4-1 wind adjustment. It's 100% accurate, one per ring. And just try and hit it straight. I cannot use any right hand curl. Hitting it perfect. Floating down towards the hole. Just a bit outside. And I moved it over a little to the left because you're trying to extrapolate how it's going to roll down the hill. And so you're trying to imagine where the rest of your ball guide went if it flattened out like a... Now if they did a max overpower hook shot here where they did the curl, there you go. Now try and do this right now. Right now. There you go. They might have a shot. Wow. Well, you hit it behind the trees, man. I really don't want to qualify this account today. I'm on a qualifying track, and my opponent took it into their hands. I don't mind forfeiting when I'm practicing, but I don't like to do it at my opponent's expense or for their expense. I don't like to do it where I give them something they wouldn't have got. If they were on the green making a putt right there for birdie, I would have forfeited real quick. But I don't like to, where they were at, it was very unlikely that they were going to get a birdie. They were going to end up getting a par. But that is a very easy hole to eagle, but it's very hard to eagle at the same time. Because if you make any mistakes on it, you're in big trouble. Alright, that was hole number 4 of the Great Outdoors Tournament. Thanks for watching.